How's it going, guys? This is Tay Salamander here, and I want to give my thoughts and opinions on Fairy Tail Chapter 311. Overall, it was a hell of an awesome chapter, especially at the end. Like fucking Erza Minerva versus Kagura. That's gonna be one fucking awesome fight. Can't wait for next week. Pretty much, the chapter was broken down to about 3 parts. Pretty much in the beginning of the chapter, Natsu and the others are, they finally defeated that fucking weak ass executioners or hunter rulers, whatever you want to call them. And they find the exit, and Natsu falls to the ground, and we see the hooded girl. We don't get to see her face, but I hope next week we get to see it. Then we switch over to the princess in the castle, and pretty much we learned that she sent Natsu and the others down into the underground dungeon or whatever to save Acardius, I'm supposing. So I guess what's up with that. And pretty much the Eclipse Plan 2, if it fails, pretty much the whole country is fucking wiped out, I guess. And finally at the end, we fucking see fucking Erza. Out of nowhere, we see fucking Kagura attack fucking Erza. They both have a little scuffle with each other. Then out of nowhere, fucking Minerva uses her magic or whatever to come out of nowhere, fucking clack both of them in the fucking face. And pretty much that was the highlight of the chapter. Pretty much, let me get a summary of it. Pretty much at the beginning of the chapter, Natsu and the others finally defeat the Hungry Wolves, and pretty much they're still surprised on how Acardius, he survived from the fucking lava. Like I'm still a little gripe about that. Like how the fuck did he survive from fucking lava? And pretty much Wendy points out that the necklace that he's wearing around his neck is a jade necklace. And remember that one dragon they was talking to, his name was Jade, and also the princess's name is Jade. So I'm guessing the princess gave him the necklace, I'm assuming. So pretty much that's why I guess he jumped inside the fucking lava knowing that he wouldn't get hurt. But if you know he wasn't gonna get hurt, why did that celestial spirit have to fucking put him inside of him? Like if the lava wasn't gonna kill him, he wouldn't need to have to jump inside the fucking celestial spirit clock thing. Like that's still a little wonder about that, because at this point it's hard to tell if Acardius is a good guy or a bad guy. But I'm kind of liking his character design. That pretty much he's playing out the bad guy a little bit, playing the good guy, back and forth. That's kind of good. And pretty much as they're about to leave the underground dungeon, Natsu falls to the ground, and surprisingly we see the hooded person that's supposed to have the same magic as theirs. Pretty much Natsu asks, who are you? And we don't get to see the person he is, fucking troll, but I can wait a little bit longer. Then we switch over to the princess, and she's kind of relieved that Natsu and his friends defeated the executioners and saved Acardius. Like I'm still trying to see like what is her agenda to all this. Like, but when we first saw her, I thought it was like she was evil and that she wanted to punish Natsu and the others for being thieves or some shit. But I guess she's a good person, I guess. Pretty much she's talking with that old counselor guy and saying pretty much that there's an Eclipse Plan 2 and everything, and that if the Eclipse Plan fails, that the whole country will be wiped out. I was trying to see what's going on with the Eclipse Plan, because I'm curious to see, because there's a Eclipse Plan number 1 and Eclipse Plan number 2, and I'm curious to see what the second one is, because if it fails, the fucking whole country is fucking gone at this point. That's if it fails. And then finally we go back to the fucking tournament, which we was away from a little too long. It's pretty much we see it and everything that Mavis is still giving her calculation that pretty much that Shelly from Lamia's Scale will go up against Juvie, and that pretty much that's just a distraction for Juvie to go up against Shelly to buy time and everything. And so pretty much those two gonna go at it and everything. And pretty much Mavis had a prediction that Erza would run into Kagura at a certain location. But Mavis was wrong, her calculation was off, because as soon as Erza got to her destination, out of nowhere, right behind that fucking Kagura, got her sword, steel sheath, coming straight at her ass at full speed. And this shocks fucking Mavis. She's saying, my calculations, they were wrong? And she starts to have a fucking sad moment there. And pretty much Erza and Kagura like go at it for like a couple hits in there with their swords and everything. And then we finally, after they go at each other for a little bit, Then we finally see this thing in the right between Erza and Kagura, this thing, these hands come out of nowhere, and it's Minerva fucking clacking both of them in the fucking face, pretty much saying, "Can I join in?" That was a fucking amazing entrance that she did. And pretty much, that's where the chapter ends. So pretty much next week with a threesome, a fucking threesome fight between one another. Fucking Fairy Tail versus Mermaid Hill versus fucking Sabertooth. So pretty much a fairy versus a fucking mermaid versus a fucking tiger. Amazing. This was a pretty much good chapter because lately the chapters lately have been, you know, kind of boring, like laid back since the fucking executioners came in. Like they were just fucking weak as fuck. They were just fodder cannon. Like they had nothing to do with the overall story. They weak ass got knocked out in one punch simultaneously. Weak ass shit. I'm curious to see what happens next week, since the title of next week's chapter 312 is Threesomes. That was the interesting name Hero gave for the next week's chapter. He does have his fan service and his crazy name for his chapters. But pretty much, let me know what you thought of the chapter. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it to your liking? And what do you hope to see next week? And who's going to win against Erza versus Kagura versus Minerva? Read your response if you like. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day.